he called me over and he's like, what happened? I was like, oh, I got to go to hospital. I snapped my finger and I showed him. And he's like, come here. And then, boom, popped it back in, strapped it. And then I was on the bench for a bit and jumped back on. But, yeah, it was all worth it in the end. I think I ended up scoring like 2 tries and I made the Sydney Gold squad, but I chose not to play.
Should snap your pinky more often, mate.
I'd like, show me if you really want to smoke him, smoke him. Yeah, I'd like, show me if you really want to smoke. If you really want to smoke, come smoke him.
Willing it all out, pull up, streets are smoking now, yeah. Churches flying now, what are they talking now? They tell about smoking, get me excited and I let it all out. Willing it all out, pull up, streets are smoking now, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to Up and Coming Podcast. I'm Tanasio, Winikerei.
And I'm Connor McMullen.
And this podcast is where we interview rising stars who are on the path of achieving their dreams and playing their sport at an elite level. Today, we have a very special guest, Terrell Kalokalo.
Yeah, so Rel, who most people know him as, is a very driven and humble guy. He's currently in Year 12 at the Scots College, where he's played 2 years in the first 15, with next year being his 3rd season. Starting his junior rugby league at Penrith, and now with South Sydney Rabbitohs. Also playing in the Australian Fijian Rugby League and representing New South Wales in the under-16s. So welcome, Rel.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
So, Terrell, how are you? What's been going on?
Thanks. Yeah, not much.
Not much. School?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all the assignments and stuff?
Yeah, they were due last week, so get them out of the way.
On the topic of school, how have you been finding Scots? Since you come in grade 9?
Yeah, so I came in Year 9. Came from Westfield Sports. It's a good experience. It's meeting a lot of new people and that. It's a big change from out there, our Southwest. But yeah, I'm enjoying it heaps. Can't wait to finish and get into my last footy season here next year.
Yeah. So what school were you at prior to Scots?
So I was at Westfield Sports out Fairfield West, just there for a league.
Yeah. What do you reckon like the biggest challenge was coming to Scots? From there?
Probably just, I was pretty nervous about meeting everyone here. Like, obviously it's like a lot of new people. I haven't been around like these kind of people before. But yeah, that was probably the biggest one, and just adapting to all the changes in that.
Yeah. So these kind of people, are you talking about like the eastern side, like the, you know?
Yeah, just like
the stigma of...
all the like stereotypes and that. Like, obviously hear stuff, but...
Was it like that? Like, yeah. What was your experience with that?
Yeah, well, to a degree, but like, obviously there's like all that like people come up with and that, and I don't know, I just waited to get here and see how everyone was, and it blocked all that out.
You went straight into boarding school as well. How did you find that?
Boarding, I was nervous with that as well. I wasn't sure what to expect. But like, I was pretty keen on all the food and the meals that we were getting. And
Yo, because before that, I never thought I'd go to a private school before. And like, you know how you hear like, you know, they're all just all these rich boys and just like stuck up and all that stuff. Yeah. But then I came in, it's like, you know, like normal.
Like you hear all that, like people say stuff, but once you like get to know them and that, it's like, it's not that at all. Yeah.
So, say you went to Westfields in Fairfield. Where did you grow up?
So I was born in Campbelltown. I was born and raised there.
Yeah, the boys.
So I was born and raised in Campbelltown. I moved out to Fairfield in like Year 8, I think. So Year 7, I was just up and back travelling and like on the trains and that. My parents didn't like really want me to be doing that because I was struggling with like homework and that. Yeah,
you're catching trains, like public transport since young.
Yeah.
Like in primary school as well, or was that?
No, primary school, I actually lived down the road from my primary school, so I was just walking back.
Yeah. How have you adapted coming from Westfields? You know, it's like a public school and all that stuff. Yeah, so we were talking about that before.
Yeah, so Westfields is public school, co-ed, so coming here to all boys was a bit different at first. No, but I feel like I've adapted well just over the years. I've been here for 3 years now, and I've gotten used to it, gotten the hang of it, boarding and everything. Yeah.
You able to go home on the weekends and stuff?
Yes, because it's only like an hour train ride from here, so I try to get home every weekend, see the little siblings and that as much as I can.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your parents and their background, like where they've come from, how they've grown you up?
So mum's Cambodian and dad's Fijian. Dad came here with his parents when he was 6, I think, and mum was born in Campbelltown as well, but her mum, she was a refugee here. she fled Cambodia because of war, I think. And yeah, that was pretty tough with her. She lost a baby on the way here. Yeah. But yeah, my parents met in Campbelltown, Emervale High School. And yeah, they've been in Sydney ever since.
Yeah. They got family back there as well?
Yeah, loads of family in Cambodia and Fiji that yet to meet.
You've been able to go over there and visit any of them?
Nah, not yet, but hopefully coming years, yeah.
So being, you know, half Fijian, half Cambodian, you know, obviously Islanders, you know, got a big family and stuff. You've got a big family, haven't you?
Yeah. So
he's all pretty tight as well, right?
Yeah, we're pretty close. I'm the second oldest. I've got an older brother. He turned 20 August this year. He's got a baby daughter, Anaya, and they've got another one coming early next year.
Yeah.
Then under me, I got a 15-year-old sister. She's in year 9, I think. And then little brother Dion in year 1, so he's 7, I think. And
he's a little star too. I saw him on your story.
Yeah, he plays a bit of soccer. They had their presentation last Saturday, and he got Player of the Year. So yeah,
mad.
It was a bit lost day. He got the award, and he ran up to me and mum, and he's like, "What did I get this for?" And he's just laughing. And then we got another rough nut. My mini me Kode, he's 4 years old, turning 5 the 10th next month. And then baby Liliella, she's 4 as well.
So how many is that in total?
6 of us in total. Yeah, there's 6 of us. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously they mean a lot to you, eh? Like family.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you? Like just like with games and all that stuff as well. Does it just motivate you?
Just, pretty much everything I do. Like the main goal is just look after the family. That's probably like one of my biggest motivations.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully I can just be a good role model to them and lead them in the right path, and yeah.
Yeah, because you have an older brother, right?
Yeah.
So let's see, like he was like your role model when you were younger.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
and still now, obviously.
Yeah, I see like everything he does, and he was good at footy when he was growing up. So I just kind of went like the way he went, and we trained together like at home, and that Dad used to make us train a lot. And yeah, I just learned from his right doings and his mistakes, and just hopefully do better.
And do you reckon that's transferred for your younger brothers and sisters looking up to you?
Yeah, well, I try to like lead them the right way. Try to get them like out to the field and that training and whatever. And he does soccer, so I'm just on YouTube looking up soccer drills, like just simple ones to do for him.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he'll start playing rugby soon, or?
Nah, he's pretty passionate about soccer. He loves it, so whatever he wants to do, I'll support him 100% with that.
Yeah, man.
Sure. So like, when did you start playing rugby?
So I started soccer as well. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think I was like 8. I started playing soccer, and then I played that for a year or 2, and then went on to basketball for a bit. Didn't go through with that. It was fun though. I enjoy it. And then got into rugby with just all the FOB boys at primary, just playing every lunch, and they got me into it. Just like, oh yeah, come down to Campbelltown, play some league and that, just to muck around.
So it wasn't like drilled into you when you were like what 6, 5, you know?
Nah, like Dad played basketball, so we played basketball with him a lot, but he never like forced anything on us. He always told us whatever you want to do, then me and your mum will support you 100%.
And was it league at Westfields?
Yeah, rugby league, yeah.
Yeah. So how'd you get to there? Did you have to trial or anything to get in?
Yeah. So at first, my brother was at St. Greg's out of Campbelltown, and I was gonna go there as well. Like I went to the induction day and all that, orientation, and then I can't remember how it came about, but we ended up going to Westfields for a trial, like just a late one. Called them up and asked if I could trial because one of the boys from primary went there. He's saying it was good, so yeah, it was just a trial there, and then once you get through the league program, they look at your report and that's
Yeah, and is that where it took off for you, like league
yeah, well, the coaches there, they're pretty good. Like they had a massive impact on me. Hales, Bulos, and Wayno. They helped me out heaps with my league and just everything.
So you're still in contact with them?
Nah, I haven't spoken to him in a while actually. I think I have Hales' number, but I haven't spoken to him yet.
Yeah.
So do you reckon that's where like your passion and love for rugby like started?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like just everything there. Like at the school, like obviously you look up to the older boys. Like I think when I was in year 7, Moses Sully and that were in year 12.
Oh, really?
So just looking up to them and seeing the way they play, and just their love for the game and that, and just following their lead.
Yeah.
And then did you have any like older players, and which like players did you look up to when you were younger?
not really. Like Dad used to always tell me like compare me to players and that, but I never really listened to him.
What sort of players?
I was big for my age back then, but like he used to always compare to me to Tony Williams.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I was like, yeah,
Oh, that's not
whatever.
really a good one.
No, but yeah, probably my uncle Marcelo Montoya. Dad used to always tell us that like whenever he's trying to motivate us and that, he'd just tell us how everything that he did, all the extras and that, and just everything he was doing, try to get to that level. And then obviously it worked out for him. So yeah,
Try to copy
Did he
that.
give you
Yeah.
any tips along the way?
well, it's pretty much just basic, just freaking sacrifices and work ethic. Just, yeah.
So when you were at Westfield Sports, did it ever come in your mind, like grade 7, grade 8, that you'd be coming to a GPS school? And
Nah, not at all. Like,
did you even know about GPS?
the only reason I knew was because Joey was at King's, and I just heard him about going there, and he used to like always tell me like how it was with like all the cadets and that. Like he used to just tell me stories, and I was like, that'd be mad.
Yeah.
And then eventually it just happened. Yeah.
And then so came in year 9, you're at Glengarry and you got called
Yeah.
down to Sydney, and so that's in year 9 playing, being able to bench and warm up with the first 15.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
how
pretty. It was
how's
great.
that?
Oh, at first I didn't even know it was gonna happen. To be honest, like I think someone called and someone overheard the call, and then they were like telling me that I was gonna go back up, but I didn't like think anything of it because like it's just the boys, and then Brian came down and grabbed me and he's like, yeah, he got me playing 16As, and then I backed up for seconds and ones, and yeah, it was mad. I would have loved to get on, but unfortunately I didn't. But it was still a crazy experience.
Yeah, especially in grade 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah. So, so you're coming back to the first 15 and stuff like that in grade 9 and stuff.
Yeah.
Was that your first time like in the atmosphere of all the?
Yeah, I didn't really go to many first 15 games because I was at Gavs, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, just being there and actually experiencing it, like
Yeah.
I saw the boys lining up for them, and I was on the bench, but I walked through the tunnel anyway, and I was like, this is mad.
Oh, it's different, eh? Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've never experienced anything like it, eh?
Yeah.
Like I didn't know it was that big. Like the crowd, all the boys are there from your school,
Yeah.
and then the other school brings all their boys. Like pre-COVID, obviously.
bagpipes and
Yeah, we got
everything.
the bagpipes going, everyone, the chants are going, eh? Like it's a crazy
Yeah,
atmosphere.
just
Like
the love and passion that the boys have for the school and the footy is just
yeah, like I didn't even. And it's weird because I never knew about it.
Yeah,
like, before I
neither.
even came here.
Yeah.
And then come here, it's like a full different
Yeah.
world, bro.
more
Everyone's
cries and that.
Yo.
Yeah.
It's hectic.
And then, so playing a full season, year 10, did your previous sort of experience, warming up and stuff with the first in grade 9, did it make the transition easier? Like just handling like the atmosphere and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
or kind of, not really. Like, it was one thing, like just walking through the tunnel and that, but in year 10, when I actually got to play and the boys are doing all their chants and walk cries and that, is another level. Like, you're on the field and it just G's you up so much, and it just gives you that extra boost during the game.
So you just don't get used to that, it's just crazy.
Nah, it's just, there's nothing else like it. Yeah.
And then year 10, Scott's versus Kings. We're on the 22. Scott's needs a try to win. Want to run us through that moment?
It's pretty funny actually. There was, I can't remember what happened. I think the ball went out or something, and I honestly wasn't sure. I thought that was game because the hood already went. And then I literally took off my headgear. I was just crouched over. I was like, far out. I was gutted. And then I think it was Mozzie's like, they're doing a line out, and they threw it in. And then I was like, oh, what the heck? Chuck my headgear back on. And they got the rock. And then they spread it, and I think their winger jammed on Mozzie, and that just gave me the space to get there. And Mozzie sent it, caught it in the air, and just straight in the corner. It was crazy.
In front of all the old boys.
Yeah, I heard all the old boys yelling, and I turned around, jumped, look at the boys, turned around to all the old boys, and they're just like all yelling. And I was like,
I was saying before
mad.
the atmosphere was crazy, but
Yeah.
that day,
Yeah,
bro,
nah,
that was crazy.
Yeah.
But
Well,
everyone ran on the
yeah,
field, eh? That was
yeah.
crazy.
When everyone ran on, I was just like, what the heck? This is mad.
Yeah.
All the boys are running over, just jumping on us. It's
But I'm
hectic.
sure we got a video there. We can put it.
everywhere the next day.
Then this year, unfortunately, the first game against Joey's in the trials, you injured your hand after like a very extended pre-season due to COVID and stuff. Very torturous pre-season. How did you handle that?
It was frustrating. Like first game, second half of the first game, like I was gutted. Did all that work pre-season. Bloody Jason lost.
Bro, I swear I had a dream of him in my head counting. He's like, "Whoa,
his voice still ringing in my head." Nah, but I feel like I put in a lot. Like I was really keen for this year's season, and I wanted to make the most of it, especially like with COVID and that. Our rugby league season got cut short, so I was like, I'm getting into this season, and I was like keen. But once the injury happened, my first focus was just look after it. Don't like try to push it or anything. Take my time with it because still got next year. Like I was glad. I wasn't glad, but like I was just. It was good that it happened this year and not next year. Like last season of footy, bro, I would have been gutted.
Was that your first injury?
No, I've had previous injuries. I think it was in year 9 before I came here. It was to make Sydney Gold, so like just step before CHS. It was Sydney West for Sydney Southwest. First run of the game, snapped my pinky. Two props landed on me and I didn't even know, like it just happened. I think I got caught in the grass or something. Got up to play the ball and I saw it and I was like far out and I was running to the sideline. And then I saw the doctor and he's like, oh, you gotta go to hospital, and gave me the like certificate and everything, saw the paperwork, and then I was heading off. And at this point in time I was looking to go with Manly, and I think the Manly coach was there watching, and he's like, he called me over and he's like, what happened? I was like, I gotta go to hospital. I snapped my finger and I showed him, and he's like, come here, and then boom, popped it back in, strapped it, and then I was on the bench for a bit and jumped back on. But it was all worth it in the end. I don't think I ended up scoring like 2 tries and I made the Sydney Gold squad, but I chose not to play.
Should snap your pinky more often, man.
Nah, but I've had many injuries before. I think I've had shin splints for about like, this is my 3rd year now. I've just gotten over them. The new athletics coach here has helped me out heaps. He's fixed my form and that, so it's made a massive difference.
And then like having to watch the boys train and play, it's pretty hard, but you're obviously a motivated person. Like what gets you through the rehab and just to continue waking up and working hard?
So just watching the boys, like it gets you like just eager to get on the field, but like you know you can't do anything about it, so you just bite your tongue and just cop it. But even when the boys are training, like everything that I could do, I made sure I was doing it. So like I was doing something and just trying to get back into shape and come back as fit, as strong as I can. So,
because it's just hard just sitting there watching the boys play. You're just so keen to get on.
I was in the sidelines watching you play and just got a ball in my hand, walking up and down, just pacing. I was like, far out.
So to league, Souths has been producing some, good young stars such as yourself, Joey. How did you feel when you got your first NRL contract?
I was stoked. It was crazy. I didn't like with my manager. I was talking about it, but it was like in the process and that. And every time he was telling me that, like it was in the process, I was like, like I kind of knew it was coming. Like I was still working, making sure, like trying to like make it indefinite. But once I did end up signing the paperwork, it was massive. We went out for we had just had a dinner and signed all the paperwork. Me and my parents and my manager, and it's just really like it's a different experience. Did
it feel good? Like just feel like you're doing it for yourself and your parents and stuff, making them proud.
As soon as I signed the papers, I was like, this is the first step to what's called looking after my parents and the family, and just gotta follow through with it and try to hold on to it.
Did it give you like a sense of like like everything that you've been working for like how many years is looking like it's starting to pay off?
I got that sense of accomplishment. But I know there's a lot more to do. Like it's not over yet. It's barely started. Just that first stepping stone, and
Did that been a goal from a young age, do you reckon?
So I think one of my goals was to sign by like 18, and I did that, so I was pretty happy.
What are some other goals for the future?
Hopefully debut next year or 2. Hopefully. And next year school, last season, try to crack schoolboys if I can. And probably 18 as well.
So when's pre-season start? I know you get the chance to train with first grade. When does that all start?
So the boys started, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was supposed to jump in then, but obviously it's got last term of school, so I called them up and I was like, oh, is it right for starting the holidays? And they're like, yeah. So
just back on school first.
Yeah. So 8th of December, school holidays, I'll jump in then.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, can't wait.
So you're excited to be training with the likes of, Damien Cook, Cameron Murray and all that? Mitchell?
Just thinking about it, like, those are the professionals and just the opportunity to get to train with them and that, like, it's going to be a mad experience. And, even Latrell Mitchell, like, we don't have many, I think there's like 15 boys in training right now. And Latrell started this week, and when I saw his name pop up in the group chat, I was like, wow, right.
That's crazy.
I was like, oh,
you're going to be going for coffees with them and stuff,
Yeah.
man. That's crazy. But before we finish, we've got some questions from the fans. Not fans, sorry, the viewers. Not fans. But so do you mind if we just ask you?
Rapid fire.
Yeah, easy. Go ahead.
But the first one I just saw right now, Daniel Bofa said, Kalokalo. There's Joe Bryle said we want his afro back.
Oh.
When did you have an afro?
I think I started growing it out in year 5, and I had it for like 3 years, and it was crazy. It was like full, like 70s disco, massive, and
You had it when you first came to Scots, didn't you?
it was a bit. I let it grow out, but it wasn't that big. No, in year 6 it was massive.
Yeah. So TikTok famous original Ron, he he asked, how was the transition moving to a private school from sports school or from public school?
It was good. Like, it was difficult at first. It was difficult at first, just getting to know the boys. But I knew it'd be good for me in the long run. Like, just meeting all the people I meet here and the education, especially compared to Westfields. But it was a good transition.
So Richie Tooth asked, who's your favourite driller?
Driller? Oh, I don't know any drillers, bro. Sorry.
Charlie Dennis. Heard your favourite band was One Direction.
One Direction. He's waffling.
Who's your favourite? What's your favourite song right now?
Favorite song right now?
Yeah, give us a little something.
Mate, I've been listening to a bit of Giveon and that.
Give us a little snippet. Nah, for the boys. For the boys.
Nah, I can't sing, bro. Sorry.
Yeah.
Luca, he said, "What does Kalokalo mean in Fijian - Indian?"
That's Indian. So Kalokalo is Fijian. I took it from my dad. Kalo means star, actually. So Kalo's just star, but there's 2 colors.
So you're a star.
It's just star.
You're just a star.
From Jock Hazelden, why do you wear that headgear?
Oh, because couple concussions and Jock had a spare one, so went for him for one. And
So that's why he asked you. He wants you to
give
a shout out.
Jock gave it to me.
Jock.
Yeah, since year 9. Wearing it ever since.
Yeah. Another one from Jock. Would you Joseph Suwali?
I don't know. Hopefully we get to play in the future, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And last one from C. McMullen 10.
Who's that?
Okay, who's that?
Who's that?
What's happening with your love life? Are you single?
Oh, love life.
Miss Kalokalo running around the boarding house.
Sneak around the boarding house over there, Royal.
Focus one thing at a time, just school and footy right now.
Yeah, mad. So, yes.
That's all.
Connor, you want to thank our guest?
Yeah. Thanks for coming in, Terrell.
Super.
Thanks
for having me.
Yeah, so Terrell's socials will be in the description box below if you want to follow him on his journey and his journey with his missus or whatever. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with your mama, your dada, your grandmommy, your stepbro. And
hit that notification bell.
Yeah. Yeah, we out. Peace.
Take one.
Streets are smoking now, yeah. Trenches fly.